front while you circle around?
The others are going to stay in the front while Jim circles around.
Is that the plan?
Sounds good.
Getting some odd looks from the people passing by. All right. So
And,
as you begin
as
you begin circling around, you are suddenly interrupted by a lot of muffled voicing that sound very angry and upset, and a loud cry. Ah! Seems to be coming from the back of the house, the inside of the house, but from the back.
Jim will go to check that out. Guys, we have a problem. And call the others to join them.
You go to the back of the house. There's a door there, but it's closed. You can hear kind of angry voices, but you can't quite hear what they're saying.
I think we're going to call this one probable cause. Mountain, can you take care of that door for me?
Sure.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh, come on.
All I'm trying to do, just open it or break it down.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's just a door. So you break through the door. Sure enough, there's Frank. There's Frank and Yuta.
But doing what?
Both fully clothed, looking down at a dark stain on the ground. You can see an easel kind of off to the side with what looks like a painting on it, although you can't see the painting. Yuta's standing next to a chair looking down at the stain, and Frank as well is looking down at the stain, and they both stop and whatever it was they were doing and look sharply up at you as you break in through the door.
Jim goes in, both swords drawn. It's like, Frank, don't worry, we're here to rescue you and or catch you in the act.
Mountain stares at him.
What are you
I'm sorry.
doing?
We heard shouting. We thought something was wrong.
Something is wrong. First of all, you broke into my house. That is wrong.
Right.
And second, do you have any idea how much... Well, that wasn't your fault. A wave of almost grief kind of passes over his face as he looks down at the dark stain.
What happened here? Are you two all right? It sounded like there was a fight or something. We were worried.
You guys good?
Frank sighs as he sees you all come in. This, he motions at the ground, is magical paint. And it's the last I had, and I cannot finish this painting without it.
What are you painting?
And Yuta looks at you and she says, "He's painting me."
Maria's like, yeah, something for your husband kind of deal, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, see, Krakovka and I have been trying to get pregnant, and nothing has happened. And Frank said that he had, and then Frank takes over, this paint is magical, and if you paint the subject, then the future is revealed. It will actually turn into a painting of the future. So we were hoping to paint a picture of her and see her pregnant or with children so that she knew that there was some hope in it. But we didn't want to get Kafkoka's I can't say my own names. Didn't want to get his hopes up. So we've been meeting secretly like this.
What does the paint need?
Well, this is the blackest black. It's made from soul stones, which only come from dead shades. Really rare and hard to come by, because shades are really dangerous things to tangle with. Mountain
Instantly wants to go tangle with one.
Yuta looks at you, and she and Frank look at each other, and then she pulls out an emerald brooch with a giant emerald on it and says, "I tried to go and get some, but I almost died. I can't do it, but this brooch is what I was going to pay Frank for this, but he says he doesn't want money. He just enjoyed the painting, so I will give it to you if you can go get us some of those soul stones so he can make more paint and we can finish this."
Okay, first question, what caused the paint to spill?
Frank just says, "I'm a klutz. That's what caused the paint to spill."
You two weren't like fighting or anything?
No, we were just yelling in frustration after I spilled it.
Okay. Secondly, where do we find these shades?
Well, there's actually a cave right in the middle of the forest right behind this house.
Could I make some sort of history or arcana check to see if Elric knows anything about shades?
V, did you come with, or are you still at the estate?
She is still in the mayor's office looking at the trapdoor.
All right. That's right, because that's right. Have you tried opening it?
Do I need to roll anything if I wanted to try and open it?
We'll do an investigation check to see if you can find a latch.
Why? 14.
Yeah, that's good enough. So you're able to find an old latch kind of buried into the wood a little bit. You're able to dig it out. Strength check to try to yank it open if you want to.
Yeet.
Okay, strength. Okay, let's see if we can roll this high enough. Let's go. Fuck. 9.
All right, luck roll.
Always gotta double check.
Yeah. Oh,
Shit.
I got
20.
Oh, nice. Okay, so the handle does not snap off, so that's nice. But a tug, that thing is in there pretty tight, so it like the wood has warped and it did not come up.
Is there anything near or around her that she would be able to use as kind of like a crowbar or anything?
Yes, and since you guys just did a whole investigation, you're aware of things that might just do the trick. So you're able to find a rod that was slightly magical, although Jim didn't identify it, so you're not 100% sure what it is, but it does have kind of a thin edge that you can kind of wedge in there.
Cool. Yeah, no, she'll use that and kind of making sure that no one's going to try and barge in as she's doing this. She's going to prop it in and she's going to try to force the door open this time.
As you pick it up, the wand kind of glows a little bit and words appear on the side. It says, "Dilettante's Wand of Disintegration."
Oh. Yeah, she knows what that word means, and immediately her eyes go wide like, oh dear. And then she's just looks to the door, looks to the wand, back to the door, and she'll get to the cellar door there, and she'll tap on the top, or she'll tap on the lock on it and see if it will like disintegrate or anything.
The wand, as you point it and tap it with clear intent, glows brightly, and then, just as it says, the wand disintegrates.
I knew it.
He just goes, after the couple of days I've had, I am not surprised at this bullshit.
So,
If that makes help.
after that works so well, you are able to find something that Jim did not identify this time. It doesn't fit quite as well in there. It's a little bit too wide, but you're able to kind of jam it into the edge. So go ahead and do another strength check, this time with advantage.
Oh, thank God. First roll was a 3, the second one's a 19.
Nice.
All right, so with a heave, you're able to lift up the old trapdoor, and a musty smell comes up. And you look down into, well, it looks like a crypt, and you're suddenly reminded of the map that I now can't find of when this was a settlement of some sort before it was Sunder, and the mayor's estate happens to be built right on top of where the graveyard was.
Maria's gonna be so pissed.
I want to be such an asshole right now. It's a bad idea.
No, you know what? It might be a good way for Lady V to blow off some steam to, like, kind of tuck this away for a minute and use it to freak out the guys, but...
Oh no. It's not that that's the problem. It's the fact that she's curious. She is very curious about what she just found. A lone singular robot has discovered a crypt, and V's just like, oh. She is going to put her head down into the hole after she produces a dancing light to help her see.
All right, perception check.
Perception. Ooh, natural 20. Shit,
Nice.
what the fuck? When
Nice.
did this change?
So you put your head down there and you look around, and thanks to the light, it lights things up. You're able to move them around a bit and kind of see around. And it's a fairly large space, bigger than the house itself. It kind of extends out. So it looks like the whole graveyard is encompassed in this crypt. So apparently there was an entire large building at some point that housed all these graves. So you can see monuments along the walls, and you can see niches in the walls where there are old caskets, but you don't see anything moving.
Yeah, V is curious, but stops before she leans in a little too much. Because there's a tiny little voice in the back of her head that's saying, maybe not a good idea. So, V will slowly back out of the hole and pull down the trap door without locking it back in place. And just pat it gently. As it's like, please stay still. Wait, she'll step outside of the room and just sit on the floor and wait until everyone comes back.
All right.
So V will then proceed to take Mountain's axe and start to do the same type of patterns and movements that she does before on like Yuna's and Jim's and everyone's weapons. Although there's something a little bit different about how the way she's doing this one this time. And it's like the runes and symbols are a little bit wider and repetitive, and they kind of have a different glow to them as usual. And by the end of her minute of doing this, hold on, let me go and find it. There it is. She is going to then cast Returning Weapon onto Mountain's axe. And of course, for that item, it's a simple or material or martial. Is it martial weapon?
Yeah, weapons are simple or martial.
Okay, for some reason I was like, marital! No, that's not it.
A marital weapon.
You have to marry the weapon.
Right, it's like, say, on his weapon.
So
Yes.
it is martial. But it's also two-handed. Is that going to be throwable? Is that...
So what it says right now is item is a simple or martial weapon with the thrown property.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would returning... Oh, I see, because...
Yeah, because you
just
throw it, and it comes
but then
back.
it would return it. All right.
Right. Looking at it, the magic weapons grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it, and it returns to the wielder's hand immediately after it's used to make a ranged attack.
All right. So that would...
But it doesn't say if it's a double-handed, though.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work
Yeah,
with his... Wouldn't work with his great axe. It would work with, like, his javelin.
Okay. Then, if it doesn't work, then since it's a two-handed, then obviously something can go awry and it could, like, dispel immediately, and the infusion wouldn't go through then.
All right, so roll a luck roll.
Okay, hold on. Come to me,
Bro.
guys.
Ambro, perfect timing.
Literally perfect timing.
Only about to blow up your axe.
Fuck. It's an 8.
So we'll just say he gave her the bad axe, not the bad axe, but the less cool axe. How about that?
Oh, you gave her the old axe?
Yes.
Which leads to a question. Is that old axe a single-handed or a double-handed?
It's still a great axe. It's still a double-handed martial two-handed weapon.
Damn it.
So it's still the same thing. It's still not a throwing axe. All right, so you rolled an 8.
Yeah.
All right, so as you finish adding the magic to it, it starts to heat up really hot. In fact, so hot, it actually starts scorching the surface of the workbench. You see some smoke start coming up.
V is immediately gonna start shouting and pick up the axe and try to find a bucket of water. Just squelch it.
Okay, so obviously there is water there because it's a forge. So you dump it in there and it goes and roll a 1d4.
2.
So you take 2 points of burning damage on your metallic hands as you lift up the metal axe in your hands. You dump it in the water, steam comes up, and Fifth and Foof are looking at you with kind of strange expressions. And Foof says, "Are you okay?"
V kind of looks like she has immediately made a robot sunburn on her face and hands. It's just a little discolored, it's fine. She looks down to the axe, and you can see that there's a failure in scribbles. And just turns to like, "That's a fine. You know that infusion thing I could do. I was trying to show the axe, apparently. I should probably put that away. I'm sorry. How's your workbench?"
Oh, you're fine. It's your workbench. She is looking at it rather oddly at the... There's now just a blackened mark in the perfect shape of a battle axe in the center of the...
He just very slowly looks at it and just quietly, I'll pay for that.
There's no need. It didn't harm the wood. It just made an interesting design.
Well, if you ever need to trace a battle axe, I guess.
When is that not useful?
I don't know. So that's a failure.
They seem much more amused than they are offended. Well, they don't seem offended at all. They just seem amused.
Yeah, well, Fee is offended that she just ruined their bench. And so she'll put that to the side to take back to him and apologize to Mountain when she sees him. And then she'll move on to her last item that she brought with her, which, son, you know about. And obviously she'll begin to tinker with it and try to fix its hammer and its firing mechanism and try to make it a useful weapon.
Do a dex check with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, you son of a bitch! I'm sorry, my dice are bastards tonight. Well, one of them was a 14, the other one was a 4. So the disadvantage was a 5.
You somehow managed to bend it a little bit more than it was before, so that did not go well.
God damn it. Is she able to at least have it as a fireable weapon yet, or no?
It is fireable, but now the chances of a jam are at, if you roll a 1 through 3 instead of a 1 through 2.
God damn it. Goody for me. Alright, well, that's all she's gonna do at the blacksmith, so she'll come back. But after doing all the work, yeah, she'll come back to the inn, give Mountain his axe, and you notice that V is out of the bag. You kind of see this very cylindrical tubing, and it looks kind of familiar, but it also looks a little odd place. But she's not exactly showing it off. Instead, she's just muttering, I'm so sorry, to Mountain.
Now, the axe has some ruins on it, but it somehow seems off balance now. It appears to have been damaged in some way. V, roll a luck roll.
Okay, dice, please be good to me right now, or else I'm going to treat you out. Son of shit. A 2. I rolled an actual 1. Oh my god, a little natural one. You know what? Okay, the dice are going to sleep tonight. We're gonna go nappy land because this isn't working today.
So yeah, Ambrose, she gives you the axe back, and it just seems a little unbalanced, a little off now.
Thank you. He's confused still.
V looks up and motions to the axe. I should have checked her weapons first. There's a trick to do with something you're able to throw. And I did not check how you threw your axe.
Oh, weapons you throw like this? And he holds out a javelin.
A metallic facepalm happens.
Jim walks over with a big smile, sees the axe, just a little smile at V and says, "So, I take it things didn't go quite so well? Perhaps there was some form of accident?" And he calmly walks back to the bar.
Mountain mimes throwing the axe at him?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
The head comes off of the axe when you mime throwing it.
It's just like, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
It just clatters to the ground.
Watching with some bit of amusement.
I appreciate the thought. Some experiment, huh?
Yes, I think it might work better on your javelin though, but after this I don't think you want me to do that.
I mean, I could buy more.
That's a little reassuring. Maybe it's just very softly like, I could try if you want. Though it's not a request.
Sure. Practicing is how we get better, right?
In theory.
I guess so. So V will take the javelin this time.
The fact that she takes the axe and leaves, confusing Mountain, and then brings it back broken is just a level of hilarity that I never would have imagined.
This was not part of the plan, I'm so sorry. But V will try to settle herself to steady and proceed to do the same type of runes that are on the accent. But this time, apparently, it probably will work a little bit better since it's the exact weapon that she needs to do.
Luck roll. No, just kidding. Yes, this time it works fine.
Don't scare me like that.
I'm just glad he has a spare axe.
Seriously, I was, as soon as you said, well, he could have another axe, and it was like, that's the wrong axe. Oh, God.
You can give her the Giant Slayer great axe, so.
Oh, I think he would have broken his heart then, and that would have been the worst moment of both of their lives.
It would have been very sad.
Funeral for the axe.
Oh, you know what? That's now going to be a thing. If anything happens, it will now be a funeral for the weapon.
I'm so proud. But yeah, she does the runings and infusion onto his javelin, and now the javelin is a returning weapon. So for you, Amber, it's +1 bonus to attack, and then of course, after he throws it into a ranged attack, it returns to his hand.
The return makes it a +1 as well? I did not realize that.
Mm-hmm. This magic weapon is +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it.
Nice.
So let's go.
See, this Mountain would be very pleased with develop it.
Yep, so now he has that in his nice inventory. But that's it, essentially, from V's side, and now we can proceed.
So, after a minor accident, we managed to return to the point in the end.
V will proceed to just look at him with this dead expression. And you can tell internally she's thinking, not tonight, we still need him alive.
Before we turn in for the night, I'm going to head back to the mayor's office. The thought occurred, I could cast Detect Thoughts on the floor of the records building and see if there's anything alive down there. Well, in theory, I mean, there's range and other issues.
Which brings up the question, do ghosts have thoughts?
About to find out.
All right, I'm trying to remember. So you guys got up in the morning and went to the mayor's office, and you've done this and this. So it's still, kind of. Well, actually, it has the time right there. It's it's mid-afternoon, so the mayor's office is open. So it's only like 3:46 p.m. So you go in there. You don't see Sugi or Merc around, but the office is open. So you're going to cast Detect Thoughts?
Yep.
And that's a, 30-foot range?
Yep.
And I assume you're going to sit, like, right by the trapdoor?
Yep.
All right. You hear nothing.
So either nothing down there, nothing in range, or it doesn't work on ghosts. At least we've learned conceivably something. And that'll be it for me. I'll go back to the inn. Probably could have done that last time, I just didn't think about it.
So at this point, are we all assembled at the inn?
At this point, I do believe so.
It does appear that way, yes.
So what exactly was Jim snickering about? Something about an accident?
V proceeds to just point at the exit still on the ground.
Well, damn. That's something. What about the night vision goggles? How did that go?
Yes, about those. And V will reach into her bag and pull out the makeshift goggles and just show how weird they look. And proceed to explain, there's missing components. I need glass and I think something else to actually do them. But I'll have to ask Frank if he has a pair similar to these. Then I'm able to dissect it and build it from my own. But for now, we have no goggles until I figure it out. Or I can make my own class, which that might take a while.
Pop starts rummaging through his bag. He's like looking. It's like he pulls out an iron pot. No. Rope. No. A book. No. A piece of rose quartz. He admires it for a moment, puts it back. No.
What book is it?
It's just a book. I decided he had a book. It's in his inventory. Don't ask me what it is yet. I haven't decided. Maybe
The
it's a book
little
about
duckling
rocks.
that could.
It's a book about rocks.
I love it.
Wait, what is he looking for in his bag?
Glass, I think.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, he's like, do I have any? No. I decided, I don't know, an hour ago that he collects rocks.
About avalanches, friend or foes?
The rock slides. Get to know nature's secret.
Oh, obviously. Why do you think I'm called Falling Mountain? I mean, come on.
Imagine it's just a picture of a pile of rocks. It's like, look, a baby picture.
Well, if the goggles are a no-go, let's review here. Who all has dark vision again? Elric raises his hand.
Me.
Mountain, anyone else?
I mean, granted, I had to have Sun give it to me because I felt like Mountain should have it as technically a hat.
Yeah,
But anyway.
half orc, so yes.
V looks at them and is like, I think you might be the only two who do.
Well, I went and scanned the area with Detect Thoughts. I didn't pick up anything. Maybe it's just an empty crypt. Perhaps tomorrow, once we're both ready, Mountain and I can go down there, do a preliminary scouting just to check things out.
Why couldn't we just bring fire?
I could use my orbs, the light that I'm able to use. That might help.
She can use her orbs.
Yeah, I can conjure my own light as well. We won't have any issues seeing down there. Of course, if there are any dangers down there, our light will give us away.
Kind of my thought process. So how about Mountain and I go down first, check things out, then if it's safe, we can bring everyone else. If not, it'll be easier to get just the two of us out of there, not the whole party.
But maybe it would be less dangerous if we had the whole party.
Yeah, we could go back and forth on this one. Ultimately, I'll let you guys decide, but I think going in with just a few of us to look around is the good place to start, but obviously we will want to have the full group if we're going to go exploring in depth.
Obviously, splitting the party is always the best idea.
We don't have our ninja anymore. How stealthy can the two of you be? Are you ninjas?
That's a ninja.
I actually am fairly stealthy.
I am not.
Mountain is pretty much the exact opposite of Rain in every single way.
That's like, behold, I'm here.
Yeah, the laughing was in character. That wasn't me. Just me.
Understood.
I mean, to be fair, having Mountain down there with me is going to make me that much more stealthy by comparison.
Well,
So-
it seems.
Go ahead.
I don't. My gut tells me overall we'd be better off all going down there.
All right, fair enough. I suppose we'll probably want to get some ladders or some ropes.
I'm pretty sure I just saw that Mountain has rope, and I think we all have enough rope, don't we?
How do we get down into the curse?
You do remember there was a ladder, although it looked like it might have been old and you don't know how well it'll hold, but there is a ladder leading down.
So I will need to change.
Probably.
Does Mountain know about her ability to change?
We could
yet?
just twice turn down.
You know what? I don't know. Has he seen it? I can't remember.
How often? I think she mostly stayed us. No, because I don't know. Was he with us when we were having to do the rope crossing and part of the stalagmite slide type part when we were in the cave?
Oh, I think technically, yes, he was.
Then he would have seen her go to cat form.
All right, yeah.
It was a centaur.
See how quickly we forget.
Stores probably aren't closed yet. I'm going to go run to the general goods and sundries and see if they have ladders. I'll be right back.
Oh, son, at this time, is Frank still painting, or would anyone be at the shop?
Well, I guess you'll have to go there to find out.
Okay. Yeah, V's going to then see that there's a moment to spare and say, I'm going to check one thing. I will be right back as well, but I will be back. And she'll go out the door and head over to Frank's shop to see if there's anyone there.
All right. First, Elric, let's do a luck roll.
Oh, hold on. V, are you going over to Frank's?
Yes.
I wanted to ask him about something as well. Mind if I tag along?
Sure, I mean, choose. V will nod and motion to the door, like, keep up, and sure.
Alright, follow her out.
You're so pretty, and I notice, oh yeah, I'm so worried, that you don't want me, and if I got to, I won't let you go, baby, it's true, that I need you so, I do, I have no fear, no fear, no. You have to know it's love, that it's love.
Was that a 13 I saw, Elric?
-1, so it's 12.
You go to the store, Elric, and there is a ladder there. It's about a 10-foot ladder, made of wood. Looks pretty solid. It's for 2 silver.
Sure, sounds good. Probably should have brought Mountain with me so he could carry this thing, but oh well.
Or your friendly local pack mule.
Well, did anyone go with him?
Turks might have, as long as they could. Well, they can't go to the bread store anymore, though, can they?
They're the what?
We're banned.
Yeah, the bread place.
Oh, the bread place you're banned from. Yes, this is just the regular general store. This
Do
is
they have bread?
this is Fefa's Goods and Sundries. You're not banned from there.
They have bread?
They might have bread. I don't know. Let's go look.
Sure.
It turns out they do not have bread, but they do have a ladder.
Oats, molasses, you know.
Molasses.
Do you have any horse treats? How about catnip?
We have some sugar lumps.
Ooh, how much are those?
Oh, just a copper each.
Seeing as she's never had a sugar lump, this will be a new experience.
He'll buy 6 of them and give them to Chirps.
What about pizza? Do they have pizza and Mountain Dew here?
Oh no!
Unfortunately, I don't think they do, Chirps.
But just the mention of that makes you really want to play Galaga, Jim.
Someday, it will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Do you think somebody could learn?
Sunder becomes the new hotspot in Henny with pizza.
Do you think I could learn to make pizza and Mountain Dew? She'll munch on a sugar cube and her ears will perk forward and she'll munch, and she'll end up eating all 6 very quickly.
Well, I mean, the general idea is you take bread, sauce, and cheese. I mean, we can find the baseline ingredients and the right kind of oven. May not turn out great, but it's something we could figure out with experimentation, certainly.
Well, the inn's done a great job of making tea, so I'm sure they'll do well with pizza as well.
And Mountain Dew.
Oh.
She's mom on the sugar cubes. These are almost as sweet tasting as that was.
Yeah, it's the same stuff, sugar.
You're making me want to go get a Mountain Dew stuff.
I just realized you guys have somebody named Mountain, and you want to make Mountain Dew. I'm thinking Mountain Sweat, Falling Mountain Sweat
please
should be part of the recipe.
Stop.
Ah!
What? Why?
But there's a little bit of salt in Mountain Dew.
Exactly, yeah. I think get some sodium in there.
Oh no!
Delicious.
Stop.
Maybe orc sweat, sort of yellow sweat.
How about we don't?
Okay, look, I love Mountain Dew. Don't ruin it. You need to stop right now.
It is a delicate relationship, you know this.
Mountain is very sweet, so.
No. Stop. Stop.
I'm sorry. Y'all are giving me, and I have to put it out there. I was not going to, but now I'm going to, is that you give her the idea that his name is Mountain, and he's like Mountain Dew, she's going to go around licking the sweat off of him. Just throwing that out there.
No! Why?
The face I am making right now. Why?
Terps, it doesn't work like that.
Please
Mountain Dew has
look at the
sugar in it.
children.
Do you really want to lick the 17-year-old man?
You have to
No,
wait.
no.
You have to have
Put
him
some
stand
sugar
out
on
till
his
the
toast.
morning. You have to wait have him sit around till morning so the dew forms on his skin. There you go. There's your Mountain Dew.
Put some sugar on him and lick. Yep, that'll work.
Exactly. Delicious.
When you say 17, you gotta realize that's her age too, and you're a grown up to her, and she's a grown up to herself.
Terps should probably go ahead and just take this ladder over to the mayor's place.
Okay. Can you well, I guess you can just carry it, or she can try to slap it on her back somehow.
See, I kind of picture it as he's carrying one end and she has the other.
And just take it and hook it into her pack or whatever it is she's got on her back and carry it. She's pretty strong after all.
Now we were able to tie it, but it is kind of ungainly. So you're strong enough to carry it, but it's kind
How long
of
is
bounces against your side. It's 10 feet long, so kind of bounces against your side a bit, and extends out in front of you and extends out behind and puts a lot of weight on one side. So it's a little uncomfortable, but you're able to take care or walk with it. In the meantime, at Frank's, I have posted his the goods that he has available in the Discord chat. He is sitting behind the desk as usual, looking as bored as usual. He looks up as you come in and says, Oh, hi. Were you able to find those stones? He looks a little more interested than usual.
We haven't gone just yet, but there were some other things that we wanted to talk to you about.
He looks a little disappointed, but says, "Oh, okay, sure."
Go ahead, V.
I guess it has just been only an hour or so.
Have faith, I assume. I have a question for you about something you might carry.
Sure.
And V will describe the goggles and kind of what she's looking for with them. And also add if he has any broken materials, if like there's broken glass or anything that he might have.
He motions around the room at all these pristine looking fancy magic things and says, "No, they don't bring anything broken here. They just bring me the stuff they think they might sell. I've never heard of anything like what you're describing. I don't think that they have brought anything like that at all, but of course my family would know better than I, but I do not believe I have anything like that."
V takes a moment and continues with, "Is it too much to ask if I ask for a special request if they find anything there regarding glass material?"
Just glass material?
Well, something you would have for this glasses, essentially, or as in goggle. You know how glass can be curved sometimes, and it would help with the distance and you're looking through, as if a magnifying glass or anything.
Oh, like a telescope.
Essentially, if they find something like that, if it's broken, I will still take it.
I'll let them know. No promises. They never know what they're going to find.
That's why it's a request. If they do find something like that, do let me know. And I'll come and see it. And then maybe, perhaps, we can figure out price and everything.
Sure. I'll pass the word on.
V will kind of show a little bit of a smile and bow her head and then step away from the counter and motion to Yuna. "He's all yours."
Alright, thanks. So, this whole future seeing painting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done this before?
No, this was the first time. I was very excited to try it until I spilled the paint. It was something that the family brought in, and I decided I didn't want to try to sell that. It just sounded really interesting, so I thought I would try it myself.
Have you ever tried painting just normal paintings?
Well, I mean, hasn't everyone?
I haven't.
Ah. Well, I don't know what the Loxodon do with their time, but sure, I mean, everyone has painted a little bit, I imagine.
I mean, when I was a kid, but like as an adult, you as you are now, if you have any interest in painting beyond being able to use it to see the future.
Well, no, because I never had this magical paint and canvas before, so it never occurred to me before.
But nobody in town has painting supplies?
Well, I'm sure they do, but it never interested me until I found out maybe it could tell the future.
I see. I just thought that if you had an artistic calling, then maybe it could help you through the doldrums of minding this store that you obviously don't really want to do.
No, just painting in general is really dull and painstaking. It doesn't really interest me. I was more interested in the end product.
So if this doesn't work out, then you're done with it then?
Yeah, I'll just put it out here for sale.
And what if it does work?
Well, that would be very exciting. Maybe I'd actually have something I would be interested in pursuing as a career. My family's always wanted me to have a career.
But frankly, with as much as if they really want you to do something, then they could stand to find somebody to take over for you, so you can actually find something to do.
Well, the only other thing I can do for the family is go out and do the actual archaeology work, and it is so painfully tedious to sit there and dust off a tiny little piece at a time, and digging, and being out in the hot sun or the cold. No, I'd much rather be here, and those are really my only two choices.
That's what your family does? I thought they were archaeologists, like ruin divers and all.
They are.
Yeah. I mean, like adventurers.
No, they're archaeologists. They go and find old things, and sometimes it's really painstaking. Sometimes it's very dangerous, as you seem to be implying. And sometimes they have to deal with undead and stuff like that. But most of the time, it's just digging through things and stuff. It's really tedious.
Sounds better than my archaeologist. They go into the dirt and they don't bother with anything else. They just stay there.
Yes.
I mean, we're also archaeologists after a fashion, and frankly, to toot our own horns, what we do is pretty awesome.
Well, if you have anything you need to sell, then, bring it here, and whatever profits I make, I'll, give you a part of it.
Yeah, I may take you up on that. We'll see. But anyway, I shouldn't bother you further, and we've got stuff to take care of. So we'll talk to out of character, did Kufko's wife go to explain that she's not cheating on him?
You don't know that
Yes.
yet. Okay, Jim knows that yet, so I guess so. Apparently he remembers better than I. Yeah, she did say, that's right, she did say I probably should tell him the truth because I didn't realize it got to that point. So good call there, Jim.
One last question, actually. Just how many of these stones do you need anyway? And how did you get them before?
Well, as many as you can get, and it just came with black paint when my family brought it here, so I didn't get it before. It's a relatively recent purchase.
Right, so you don't have any combat experience against shades?
Me? Oh, no. No, I don't want to get into any kind of combat, thank you very much.
You know anything about them other than if they kill you, you turn into one?
Well, yes, I know that I want to stay as far away from them as possible.
All right. Thanks a lot for your help, Frank.
Well, thank you for your help. I can't wait.
And Yuna's gonna walk out with a completely fake smile on her face, like that kind of very obviously strained and utterly false smile.
But when it's hidden behind your trunk, who can tell?
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good point.
But I assume people who know you well would know the mannerisms of, the lift of your ears and just the way your trunk is placed. And you could probably see the tips of the lips on the other side of the trunk to kind of see the little sardonic twitch to them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So in short, the people from your party would probably be able to recognize it, whether they can see the actual smile or not.
Probably, though he's not going to try and push and asking about the smile, because that might sound a little rude.
So as you're walking toward the inn, you see a rather odd sight of a centaur with a large ladder strapped to her side, and Elric walking, kind of crossing your path towards the mayor's estate.
You sure you got that, Terps? It looks really heavy.
Well, it's not. It's a bit unwieldy, but
All right.
you can help steer.
Okay.
It looks like you two were successful.
Oh, hey, gang. Yeah,
Yeah.
I found a ladder.
We got sugar lumps. Sugar lumps were tasty.
Yeah, good. Good for you.
It's a cruel thing to say to Lady V.
She's used to sugar cubes used in tea. So it's like, yes, sure.
I had to not give my horse sugar cubes because he would turn into a complete jerk and like maul you for more.
Oh,
He's like, I demand my treats.
It's banned.
I think that's
You know,
the new Terps thing.
I'm about to say, I've thought about it. She's like, can we get more sugar cubes? And then she bowls people over when they come out.
I won't do anything without more sugar cubes. It's like Scooby snacks for Terps.
How did things go with Frank? Did you get those goggles?
No, we did not, unfortunately. Though, we did say that if any type of telescope or so comes in, then I'm able to buy it, if possible. I don't know. Those prices are insane.
As you're talking, you approach the mayor's estate, and with a little finagling, able to get the ladder in through the door and to the back room where the trapdoor is leading to the crypt.
Before they go any further, V eyes widen like, we forgot Mountain. And she's gonna turn
Running around looking for rocks.
V's gonna run out of the mayor's office to go try and find him.
We're not doing this now. I used up all my spells. We're just going to go back to the... V? Right, just set the letter down. Let's go back to the inn.